We are ready. I got Brandon and I'm Bo. I'm Bo. Wait, like, it sounds like you're doing the Mortal Kombat thing, but like not quite. Ooh, I got two things. I got two things to talk about. Thing one, Dead Boy Detectives. Are you where you're thinking like I think I've heard of that? Yeah. All right, so it was a comic or is a comic.
Okay.
It's connected to Sandman.
Okay.
It is now a TV show on Netflix.
Uh-huh.
Connected to Sandman that's on Netflix.
Okay.
So like Death is you've seen her once.
Okay.
So very good. I hate that it's out all at once because we don't really like to watch TV shows all at once. We prefer one by one. Weekly, so it's like, first off, it more quality time instead of like, we just spent 5 hours together.
Yeah.
And then...
Did you watch Fallout?
No, I haven't. I plan on it.
I'm working on it, but that was dropped all at once. People are like,
yeah,
you shouldn't have done that.
And then, what's the other thing? Oh, I read a book. Yeah, I do that sometimes.
Must be nice.
Didn't you say that the last time too? I said that. And it was called How Music Got Free.
Okay.
By Stephen Witt. How Music Got Free.
As in how access to music is free?
Pretty much.
Okay.
A story of obsession, invention. Oh, and
is
invention.
Is it about Napster?
It's about the so there's like three stories kind of going all in.
Would you say it's like a 3-body problem?
It is a 3-body problem that we talked about.
I haven't seen it yet either. Or read it.
Like it's.
I want to read it.
I think we have the books. I'd give them to you if I can find them. So like the one story is like the inventor of the MP3. And how at one point, like
Marshall
Mathers,
Marshall Marshall Parker the third. Yeah, there we go.
Yes,
I got there.
MPEG Layer 3.
Whoa, calm down.
Yeah, so it's like the inventor of that, where they were kind of like, but we already got one. It's the MP2, man. We don't need the MP3, whatever. Man. It's
like, it's funny. Like, I didn't know about MPs until there was an MP3.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
And then there's MP4.
Yeah.
There's a video.
Yes.
Yeah.
But which is really obsolete in general with like OGG. OG.
Are you done with OGG?
Yeah. But that's like the first thing, and how like that kind of progressed, and how it became like, oh, we can shrink this file down to a 1/12 of its size, and it still doesn't do. So it's kind of the scientific of that. The second story is of Doug Morris, who at one point was in charge of what are the three record companies, major record label? There's Universal, there's Sony, and then there's the third one. The third one is who he was in charge of the first time, Warner.
Oh yeah.
So he was in charge of Warner. And that's when they had like Interscope. Okay. So like Gangster Rap and Nine Inch Nails and Marilyn Manson and all the controversy stuff. He got fired from that, then went into work for an alcoholic company, but then they decided, hey, we want to make a record. We were going to get a record label. And then he basically then started and built Universal. And then Universal had, this is a great idea, by the way, in their contract, they have like a retirement clause. Okay. Like, so when you turn 70, you have to retire. Oh. I think that's a great idea, right?
Yeah.
I laughed when I read that. And then, so he retired from that, and then
they can have term limits, but
exactly. And then he went and worked for Sony.
Oh, okay.
So it's like he's worked, and those are the three. There used to be 6 major record labels, and now there's only 3, and he's worked for all 3 of them. But that's the second story that's in there, and like, so basically you're seeing like, here's an invention, and here it was how it was created, and then here is the record label and the industry and how they were ripped off by this invention. And then there's a story of this guy, Del Glover, who worked at a CD processing plant, and how he leaked 200,000 records.
Jesus.
Just him.
Right.
I mean, he wasn't like the kingpin of it, but like how they built this whole system of like, we're going to leak all these things. And what's really funny is like there was no money in the leaking. It was just like then you had access to more leaks because you were part of this group of like, oh, well, you're leaking movies. Well, I'm leaking music.
Yeah.
And I've got Universal, and anything that Universal makes, like it comes through this factory. So and we got other. So it's like this big conspiracy, quote unquote. Because that's what they were charged with.
Yeah.
But like start to finish, how it all went through. And it's really super interesting. And then there was one, like near the end, there was these quotes, and it was like how there was like a big party, and it was for Doug Morris at the end of his career or whatever. And then it's like Taylor Swift, 17, or no, she was 19 at this time. It's like Taylor Swift, this goes back to last week's episode. Yeah. Taylor Swift was hanging out with, Taylor Swift, 19, was hanging out with John Mayer, 35. And I'm like, that's creepy. And then it was like Justin, not Timberlake, he was there too, but Justin Bieber,
14 probably.
14 was there with a chaperone, and so was 70-year-old Clive Davis. And it's just like that's hilarious. So there's a bunch of like little one. It sounds super boring. Like, wait, it's about the MP3, but it's super interesting, especially that like the Del Glover who worked at a CD processing and like hit like how he leaked all this stuff for years and years and years and years. Yeah. Well, probably like within 10 years. Yeah. Like it was like from start to finish, it was like 10 years. Super interesting. Yeah. Super quick.
Well, that's a credit to the writer too, to make a thing that could be very
Stephen Witt.
It's like sterile. Which
it came out in 2016, the book.
Cool.
Soon to be a Paramount documentary series.
I was just going to say.
Narrated by Method Man and produced by Marshall Mathers. Nice. Which is really funny because he's one of the people that's leaked on here and like talked about all the time.
That's funny.
And also the first, in the book, it makes reference to like the first pirated song. Who do you think it was?
Give me a time frame.
If you think of piracy.
Yeah.
And you think of music. Who's the first?
Oh, Metallica?
Yeah.
Oh,
it was Metallica.
Yeah, because you think of Lars Ulrich.
It's like you're stealing from me with my millions of dollars.
Being a wiener.
Also, so that Doug Morris, like billionaire, and he's like going after all these people, like 12-year-olds.
Yep.
And it's like you didn't lose it. You didn't lose any money. You know who lost money? Eminem. You know who lost money? Maybe Metallica. But like even further down, that's who lost the money. You didn't lose anything running these companies.
Correct.
So
I was thinking as you were telling us, I'm like, this would make an interesting movie, documentary, sure.
Yeah. Well, and it's right there. It's like soon to be Paramount Plus documentary. And I'm like, can't wait for it.
Yeah.
I can't wait for it now. It's like super cool.
Yeah.
If you'd like to borrow the book and read it, I can give it to you.
Yes, but also I have so many things to read. I've been reading a book for a while, and I've kind of stagnated on it. Not because the book itself is interesting. I just have not had.
I've been reading
the
this
headspace to like be able to read.
And I am.
What book is that you're holding up on an audio medium? Bo?
Rick Rubin, In the Studio.
There you go.
By Jake Brown. And technically, I only keep this here, and I read it when I do coverages.
Yeah.
I don't get coverages that often.
There's two books that I want to read that I do not own currently. One is that Musicking book by Christopher Small that Adam Neely has referenced a lot. He referenced a lot in his newest video as well. No.
I haven't.
I just said I don't have it.
Oh, okay. I haven't.
Anyway, but I would like to read that.
It's on my list.
And we're currently in the casting process of The Music Man, which I'll be conducting in July. And Meredith Willson has an autobiography that's supposed to be really good.
Cool.
And so I'd like to read that as well. But I'm currently reading The Clockmaker's Daughter, which is good. I just have not had the energy to read in a while.
Yeah, I had 2 weeks. I still have one more week between classes.
Yeah, I'm done with classes, but then I was in Tech Week for
Are you doing anything during the summer?
I'm doing. Classes?
Yeah.
No, because I took 3 classes last summer,
then you can't really do it.
Well, it's not even that I can't. It's just that like there's nothing really for me to do in the summer. The summer is with my program is supposed to be like the ensemble portion, like where I'm supposed to be on campus doing things.
Yeah.
And it's just not a thing yet. Because at least as of this first year, like I've just finished my first year of this program, I was the only one in the online program.
So that ensemble doesn't really exist.
Correct. And I think they got more people for this coming school year, but I don't know. And also those people may not be ready to start in the summer. So when I talked to my advisor, she was like, yeah, that'll be next summer's thing to figure out.
But then you should be done by then, right?
I guess. Or close to it.
Yeah. It's 30 credits, right?
I don't know, man.
You don't know.
Even when I look at the catalog thing, it's like a little confusing as to like what I'm actually taking.
Yeah, it's not as succinct as like that's it.
No.
I'm looking at a piece of paper that's on my wall that shows me
like mine's a little more like a lot of those college catalogs are. It's like not all super clear. And also it has some things listed as like electives that are definitely classes I have to take.
Yeah.
So it's a little confusing. But I know what I'm taking next fall, and I know what I already took. By the way, I managed an A in both semesters of my improv class.
Good.
And I'm counting I got an A on everything, which is great. Knock on wood that continues. I keep working hard. But that improv class, both levels, the hardest thing I've ever done in my life.
Good. Like I think that because you're into it.
Yeah.
Like, and if it's challenging, that means you're just going to be that much better. Versus like I'm into this and it's not really that challenging.
Yeah.
Like,
no. Every week was like, damn, Professor Crew, like, okay. And like, I don't mean that he's made it overly challenging or whatever. It's just, it is a challenging course, and he did a good job. And he did a good job, like, explaining certain things or like refining, based on what I would submit, okay, so here's what I'm hearing with this. Let's do this week. And like, the one thing I actually apparently did like way more difficult than I had to do.
Yeah.
Just his directions weren't explicit enough. It was just kind of like, yeah, start here. It was like this. It was called tetratonics, is what he called it, and it was just like here's a 4-note pattern. It was like do, re, mi, sol, and then you permutate it.
Okay.
So you'd go like do, re, mi, sol, do, re, sol, mi, re, sol, do, mi, sol, re, do, sol, mi, re, do, sol, re, mi. Like you just do those, and then it goes starting on the next pitch, and you do that. And so that's what I had to do that in all 12 keys, up and down. Well, the way I interpreted it was that I was supposed to do all of it. So I would do every permutation starting on every pitch of those 4 pitches. Well, to do that in all 12 keys, up and down, was a 25-minute recording that I did. No breaks. And then he was like, oh, you made this way harder than it was supposed to be. I'm sorry. He was like, I just wanted you to do the first set. Like all the ones that start on do.
Okay.
So like what I just sang for you just then, do that in all 12 keys up and down, which is not a 25-minute exercise.
No, it's like a
5-minute exercise or whatever. Yeah. Oh, and also I was supposed to do each one individually. So I go like do, re, mi, sol, do, re, mi, sol, do, re, mi, sol, do, re, mi, sol, do, re, mi. Like just do that and then go on to the next one.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, not nearly as challenging as I made it.
Yeah.
But again, based on the information I had, I was like, okay, strap in. Here we go. Because I had timed myself doing it once through just because I was like, how long is this going to take? And then when I did, I was like, oh, geez, it'll take a while. So, yeah.
Seems really cool.
Yeah, it was good. And I learned 7 transcriptions through the 2 semesters. I did 4 first semester and 3 the second semester. And he told me at the end of the first semester, he was like Branford Marsalis, the great sax player, who's also an artist in residence at Central. I got to meet him when I was down there in the fall. Did I tell you that?
Yeah.
He was like, I like your name. Because he's like, that's the name that people call me.
Yeah.
But anyway, apparently Branford says it takes 50 transcriptions. Like you need to learn 50 and then like and then like you're good. I forget exactly like what the exact quote is, but like not until you learn 50 have you reached like a level, basically.
Gotcha.
So cool. I got 7,
Yeah.
on my way. So yeah. And then my arranging class was fun. I wrote 2 big band charts.
You can have your kids perform it?
One of them I could. One of them's a little more accessible, and I wrote it that way. It was the first one we did. It was a blues, and I specifically picked, or I specifically wrote it in a way of like, I could play this with my top group. I mean, I wrote a sax soli, which has some stuff in it, but like the whole rest of it was like, no, like the key and the ranges and stuff I picked, because that was one of his, not even criticisms, but just like suggestions. He was like, you could go more on the lead trumpet part on some of these sections, like especially like the shout and stuff. And I was like, yep, I know, but I was keeping, my level of kids in mind, kind of thing. And then the second chart, I went nuts with a little bit. There's a tune called Remember, which is written by Irving Berlin in like the 20s. It's like this like kind of schmaltzy waltz tune that Hank Mobley, the great sax player, did a version of that's like in 4, and he like reharmed the heck out of it and whatever. And I just did that as a big band chart basically, and I found a transcription of his solo and harmonized it out for the sax. It's like did 2 of his 3 choruses, which was a lot of work. But that one came out pretty well too. I was proud.
Cool. So we're here to talk about 2 tunes, and you're first with your first tune.
So give a listen here for a second. This is Korean pronunciation of this singer's name. If this plays, what was it? So that is how you say this artist's name. I am not up on my Korean pronunciations. I would have been close, but
you would have said bang.
I would have said bong. I thought it was like an ah sound.
Gotcha.
As opposed to like bang or whatever, but bang YONGGUK. And then SOOVI, SOOVI. I don't know them, but they are featured on this as well.
I would say SOOVI.
SOOVI, I think, yeah. So Pang, I guess is how they kind of pronounced it. Member of, BAP, served as the leader of BAP, which was a boy group. And now just does his own thing. Is a producer, songwriter. He was also a member of some other group I saw somewhere. But he's in that K-pop, K-hip-hop like kind of scene and stuff. I thought it said he was a member of another group. Oh, he's in a group called the Soul Connection, underground hip-hop group. And then he joined up with BAP. And this song, I don't know where I found it. Somebody posted it, somebody shared it. Maybe I just came across it. I don't know, but I was like, "Oh, this is cool. I like this." I've tried getting into like K-pop stuff and like the hip hop thing, and like I've even asked some of my students that are really into it, or like our one colleague's daughter is super into it, and like I'll find songs just like I played Butter a long time ago by BTS. Like there are individual songs that I find like this one or whatever that I like, but in general, I'm not like going and listening to as a genre or whatever. Like even this, I have not listened to any other songs by this person.
Okay,
just this one, but I like this one. So,
well, here it is.
This is Green.
Oh,
just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Bo's got to plug in the right things. Oh yeah, that sucker's sticking out. There we go. Here we go. Let's try it for reals.
There we go.
Baby, you're my queen.
That's really loud.
It's only loud to us.
I know.
It's not loud to anyone else. It's probably too quiet. So, everybody at home, put your fists together and then just go back and forth in beat. So,
but you're going up and down in front of you.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm not doing the Trump hands.
Sure. So a lot of this is in Korean.
Yes.
잠든 길이 넓은 세상에서 무엇보다도 아름다워 Touch you like a flower 그늘이 돼 tomorrow 그저 네 등을 끄네 초록색의 동그라진
According to this one website, baby, you're my green, where I rest my days. I'll be your blue sky, sunshine that holds you tight. Baby, you're my green, my only ease, like the song Orange Drive, made it to the sunrise. And then other things, but
yeah. I can't remember exactly what I was like. It reminds me of like what's the Spider-Man song?
What?
Sunflower.
Oh, okay. Oh, by the way, when he references Orange Drive, that's one of his songs.
Okay. So he's referencing his own music.
That's amazing. I'm going to save that and listen to it later. But yeah, I like his voice. The beat is cool. Like, the whole thing it's really well done. It's a very good pop song.
Every night 너에게로 falling 너에게로 falling 우리 닮아진 걸음걸이 나 이제 발자국은 버린
But yeah, I hear the Sunflower.
Yeah.
That kind of, yeah.
이제 알았어 you want me now Baby you're my green 나로 안식 파란색 하늘을 더 줄게
SOOVI, also South Korean singer, producer.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just, just a feature.
With up to 40 grams of protein.
What the heck are you doing?
What is this?
Bo! You're ruining the podcast.
We got an ad.
Are we on YouTube?
No, it just popped up. It was an ad. It was an ad.
You were like on a website. And
it was on a website, and the ad popped up. I wasn't. It wasn't like I wasn't physically on the website, but yeah.
That's funny.
All right.
Yeah, it's just a good song.
I dig it. It totally just reminds me of like Sunflower.
Yeah.
Like I think the beat is very similar to maybe the same tempo.
Maybe
as well.
Yeah. No, I dig it though. I just saved Orange Drive. I'll if I remember, which I won't. Next time we record, I'll talk about it. But
that'd be cool.
But yeah, like it's cool. Like I said, I don't go. I've tried like listening to certain because I'm like, hey, who should I listen to? Which album should I listen to? That kind of thing. And like it just doesn't always grab me or whatever. But like individual songs, for sure. So
yep,
yeah.
Okay, so this is going to be a long intro for this band. Okay. So the band is Eels. The song is Novocaine for the Soul.
This is like their big song, right?
Yeah, from 1996. Like this is their one-hit wonder.
Yeah.
Video was really cool.
I don't remember.
Like they were floating.
Okay, I probably saw it.
While he's like singing, like at the top of a flagpole.
Would you say he's a flagpole sitter?
That's next week.
God, what a good song that is.
That is.
Apparently, they're like a really good band. Harvey Danger.
Yes.
But like
just because there's a lot
song.
of great bands that only had like that had a hit.
Yeah.
And like then you think
Fountains of Wayne also apparently like a great band. Like
yeah. Okay, so last week's band, Just Friends, the song, I'm already forgetting it, like a life you're living in. That reminds me of this song because of like a line, but I don't even think the lyrics are the same. Maybe the melody's the same. I don't even know exactly. But then I was like, this song probably has some sample in it, so I decided to look it up, and it does. It only has one sample in it, so I'm going to play that sample. So it's right at the beginning of the song. This is it's called Yes She Knows, which you can't find on streaming, by Tubby Chess and his Candy Stripes Twisters.
Amazing.
Yes.
God, I love all of those old bands.
Let me tell you about the girl.
Like it, and then there's probably a blues. Probably 5. Yeah, 1, 4, 5. Right. But like the loop is just like the first like 5 seconds of this thing. Right.
Is it an 8-bar blues?
It felt like it.
Yeah.
So anyways, here's the song Novocaine for the Souls. Let's go deeper. So that's like there's a sample there. The band is still going strong today. They got a record coming out real soon.
Yeah.
They got 2 singles on it.
E is the guy's name.
Yeah, E. And he's like the guy. Like it's him.
It's him, yeah.
He's writing songs with Tyler Ritter from All American Rejects.
Oh, wait.
Like one of the new songs that they're releasing is
Tyson?
Tyson, yes.
Tyson Ritter, yeah.
Yes, I believe the new record.
Whose clothing brand was named Butter.
Was it? Oh, it's all coming together.
Which then BTS wrote a song.
Yeah, exactly. Tyson Ritter. The song is called the new album that's going to come out on June 7th. One of the songs called Goldie, and that's with Tyson Ritter. And that album's called Eels Time.
Nice. It's Eels Time, everybody.
It's Eels Time somewhere. And yeah, it's just that guy's band, pretty much.
Word.
Mark Oliver Everett.
That's E?
That's
his name?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He goes by E. He's the lead singer. He plays most instruments, but then has people do. The band also used to be called just E, and then it was Eels.
Oh.
So anyways, here's the song, Novocaine for the Soul. You'll notice the sample that we just heard. Record playing. Let's do that. That. And then that's probably just the loop. Dun, 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 and then the first kind of like hook, and then some weird strings, which is not a sample.
Yeah.
And
but it's definitely like on a keyboard.
Life is hard, and so am I.
So like straight face, and just
give me something so I don't die.
Everything comes in.
Such a 90s song.
Before I sputter out,
That guy's voice is just like
before I sputter out,
he's old Bruce Springsteen before old Bruce Springsteen.
life is white, and I am black. Jesus and his lawyer are coming back. Oh, my darling, will you be here? Before I sputter out, before I sputter out,
And then interesting choice right there.
Yeah.
Like dead silence for like a couple seconds.
Feels too long. Like
Yeah.
it's perfectly in time and whatever.
Yeah.
who's living here?
Or like you could have done the record,
Yeah.
the hiss
But it's
or
like, we're
something.
done.
Yeah.
Whose life
It's halfway through the song.
once again.
This was one of those bands too that I never owned any of their stuff, but like it was one of those bands I'm like, I feel like I should like them, or like I feel like they're important in a way.
Yeah.
But I just never got into them.
And I feel great.
I feel like one of those like indie cred bands. Like it's,
Yeah.
oh yeah, listen to Eels. Oh shit. Okay.
Novocaine for the soul. You better give me something to fill the hole. Before I sputter out,
Like it's such a simple song, and it's just good.
Yeah.
before I sputter out, before I sputter
I don't have like a lot to say about it.
Yeah. It's an oldie, but a goodie. But your kids are gonna love it. Maybe you're not ready for it. The keys may have been a crap, what's the keyboard that the Beatles had? Yeah, great job.
Rhodes?
No, it's not a Rhodes. It's like the first sampling keyboard.
Oh, I don't know.
because you would actually have tapes, and then like when you press the key, the tape head would like go down and then play the loop of the sound.
Okay.
Mellotron.
Oh,
that's
okay.
it. It's a Mellotron. That's what I think it is.
Okay.
Because Mellotrons are cool.
Nice. I have something that I need everybody to go check out.
Yeah.
It's an Instagram account.
Oh my god.
It is called car.honk.daily.
Yeah.
Go find it. Go follow them. It's my favorite thing on the internet.
Very cool.
Just you're welcome in advance. Just go find it. car.honk.daily. Please and thank you.
All right. So I gotta run.
Okay.
So we gotta close this up.
Okay.
So follow us, subscribe to us.
Uh-huh.
We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube with just this podcast.
Yep.
Listen, tell your friends if you made it this far. Join the Discord if you want to like send us some music to listen to.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to go back to the 90s every time. So questions, comments, leave them in the Discord. Links in the description down below in the show notes. Or description.
In the show notes, guys. Go check out the show notes.
Kidney stone.
Kidney stones.
All right, we'll see you next week. Bye.
Kidney stones.